Hello Sagittarius, Sagittarius rising and Sagittarius moon people. This is your monthly astrological horoscope for November 2017. And a quick reminder for all of you out there, remember these horoscopes are meant to be a measure of these sweeping changes and background energies going on consistently throughout the month. Which means I won't bring up any aspects in the monthly horoscopes that last for less than 2 weeks ago. Okay, so if you are looking for shorter term aspects, the flavor of the week sort of energies, check out your weekly horoscopes. The first half of them is always exclusively astrology, so there's something in it for everybody. And of course, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com. So, what is going on with your astrology this month anyhow? Well, all month we've got Mars, planet of action, energy, and conviction, moving through your 11th house of friendships and social networking through the whole duration. And when Mars is in your 11th house, it's time to be focusing our energies on our friendships. And it's bringing us closer to the true blue friends, getting away from the fair weather, superficial relationships, you know, the people who are more like contacts and acquaintances. That's not really going to be the focus of this month. Mars in the 11th house can be very, very helpful because it does indicate a lot of people going to bat for you. Friends who are actually going out of their way to perhaps even do some of the footwork for you, especially when it comes to practical concerns. A lot of you are going to be finding that a lot of opportunities regarding work, your finances, or again, even just expanding further into your social life are going to come through the help of your friends. Remember, Mars is the planet of the warrior. We talk about warrior's honor and conviction. You know, we think about loyalty between brothers and sisters in arms. That kind of energy is going to be infused into your social life now. And that means that's where a lot of your attention is going to be, where a lot of your help is going to be, where a lot of the harmony and good fortune is going to be as well. This may create some tension, though, in friendships, because some of the ones that are a little bit more fickle, some of the ones that are a little bit more like the contacts and just the fair weather acquaintances, they may crack under the pressure of Mars, but those are not the most important people in your life anyway. You know, those may be the flavor of the month, but not this month. On the 4th, we do have a full moon in Taurus, in your 6th house of work, reputation, and physical health. And between the 4th and the 18th, we're seeing a lot of developments going on with an ending to either an ongoing health routine or an ongoing schedule that you've been keeping, even with your work, that's meant to be a drastic improvement. This full moon is definitely going to be sort of turning on different areas of your chart that kind of link you up with, I guess you could say, a better pay schedule, a better schedule when it comes to your work-life balance. We can also see, again, if we're ending a health routine, we may be doing it because we find a better improvement. Or we find out that maybe, again, there's something that we've been taking, something we've been doing, it's not paying off, and it's time for a better alternative. When we have a full moon in the 6th, a mild situation may come up in that first 2 weeks to kind of draw your attention to something that maybe we haven't been paying attention to when it comes to our schedule or when it comes to our health itself, something that is not working anymore, that we've been trying to make work, that we can't do with anymore. Again, just because it's been there for a while doesn't mean it needs to stay. An improvement is on the way. All right. On the 5th of the month, we've got Mercury, planet of communications, speed, acceleration, information, moving into your sign. And for the duration of the month, from the 7th on, you're going to have the wildcard blessings of Mercury. And again, this is what you do when you want to use astrology to your advantage with that free will of yours. When you have Mercury in your sign, it's an opportunity to actually go and speed things up that are taking too long. What changes do you need to have happen faster? Okay, Mercury gives everything, you know, 3 shots of espresso. So if there's an initiative you need to put forth, if there's something going on in your life that's been taking too long to happen, maybe it's a move, maybe it's you know, some kind of discussion about a job shift or a financial change going on. Again, you're trying to get something going with your health, catch up on schoolwork, any of those things. Mercury is going to be making things proceed in a much more efficient fashion. This also gives you the opportunity to rush things a little bit. Obviously use discretion, it's not a get out of jail free card, but at the same time, if you are looking to maybe rush things a little bit because they're going so slow, or again, we need something to work on a deadline you can live with. This is the time those dialogues can happen between the 7th and the end of the month, and we may be pushing things forward to, again, a more efficient fruition. On the 7th of the month, I'm sorry, did I say the 7th before? You'll be there from the 5th to the end of the month. On the 7th, we've got Venus, planet of love, harmony, and romance, moving into your 12th house of your past, your privacy, and your hidden zone. And from the 7th, going well into about the first week of December, you may actually find out about some secrets regarding the past of either past lovers or maybe even a current lover. And this may actually be something that brings you closer to your partner. You know, this is usually a time where people start letting their defenses down, they're opening up, sharing information, possibly sharing information that helped form the person that you have before you. You know, this could be information about their past, regarding their childhood, their family, giving some extra context into their character. This is also a time where a lot of you who are single may be finding out about somebody harboring a secret crush, or some of you may even start seeing somebody behind the scenes. You know, make sure that we use some care with this one, but with Venus in the 12th house, it may be an opportunity to start discreetly testing the waters with somebody. On the 18th of the month, we do have a new moon in this area of your chart, and a new moon in the 12th house does indicate that some kind of new, I guess you could say, pastime or new passion is going to be kind of coming up again for you. This may be something from your past, you may be getting something back from the past, or you may actually be giving something its first try behind the scenes. Usually with the new moon in the 12th, we're talking about a, you know, maybe a spiritual practice, an artistic craft, something very, very creative, something that you do on your own. But the thing about this new moon is also saying that it's only meant to be in secret for a little while. This could be something that actually does give you an edge in your waking life. A new moon in the 12th house can indicate a spiritual shift for a lot of people, possibly even a full-blown religion change if you do, you know, adhere to an organized religion or practice. However, this new moon does say that this is a voluntary thing, and there would be some need to consider going forward into this because there may be a pull in that direction as well. And that new moon's energy is going to last for the full 2 weeks of the end, you know, the last 2 weeks of the month. On the 21st, we do have the sun moving into your sign, making you a heck of a lot more popular. And the sun's going to be here going all the way up until about the middle of the 3rd week of December. When the sun is in your sign, usually we see, again, we are given priority. You know, we're at the top of the phone tree when it comes to contacts. We have heightened visibility when it comes to standing out in a crowd. Whether we like it or not, it may be a good thing for those of you who do want to be noticed. It could be a wonderful thing for those of you who are trying really, really hard to maybe draw attention to yourselves, or again, maybe just reignite and reinvigorate your social life, what with Mars being in your 11th house and all. But at the same time, you may also be finding you're in more demand, and that could be a little bit stressful, but, you know, there's such a thing as good stress. With the sun being in your sign as well, it's an opportunity to be doing a lot of patching up and a lot of healing work. Usually with the sun, we bring reunions back onto the table. With the sun, we have an opportunity to catch up with people, open up dialogues again, possibly even get certain people to notice you that you didn't think would actually be giving you the time of day. So a very, very interesting turn of events going on there. Finally, we've got Neptune turning direct in your 4th house of home and family on the 22nd. Neptune's going to be direct pretty much all the way up until about June of next year. Now, for the last almost 6 months, Neptune's been retrograde in this area, and you've been finding out a lot of secrets when it comes to family. Alright, with Neptune retrograde, as with Neptune direct, and all outer planets retrograde or direct, there's good and there's bad to go around. Okay, there's always a double-edged sword. You just can't split it and make it black and white and convenient and simple. It just doesn't work. And anyone who says you can is cherry-picking. The thing about Neptune retrograde is, let's look at the good of the last 6 months. Again, we're finding out a lot of secrets, we're finding a lot of information that has been, you know, kept under wraps. The bad thing about Neptune retrograde is often Neptune retrograde can make a blabbermouth. And that might also mean that you might be feeling like you haven't been able to have the privacy you'd like when it comes to home and family affairs. It's great for finding out information, you know, to get greater context into what's going on with your family, your social life, And Neptune retrograde could be bringing a lot of answers, especially when it comes to getting past certain walls and certain defenses of others, but it also kind of reduces your defenses. Neptune direct, we have your privacy coming back, your defenses coming back, but also at the same time, you know, other people's walls are going back up when it comes to the family as well. So it's important to make sure that you understand that this is all a lesson in moderation and balance. Don't let the pendulum just swing from extreme to extreme. That's not how anything gets done, and that's kind of the lesson a lot of you are going through for the next decade, it seems, nearly. Now, with Neptune direct, this can also bring a lot more kindness and generosity, however, to family members and roommates, and even to, you know, people who may be considered landlords. And neighbors around you. So all in all, it's still a good aspect to have. It's just about how to understand it's just about understanding how it works and how to make it work for the good as opposed to the not so good. So that is your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it, Sagittarius. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com.